Hi guys, hope you're good. Hope everyone's well. Give me a sec. I think that's working. I hope that's working. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain to get everything working at the same time, but I hope that's working. Give me a sec. How's it going, Aiden? Hope you're good. Hope Aiden's well. Theo says Freddie Woodman gonna cook. I hope so. I'm a bit worried. I can't lie. I'm a bit worried. I saw him in pre-season. He was a few meters away from me, and he was absolutely garbage. So let's hope he's decent today. King Slot says the best Liverpool channel is on TikTok. Is live on TikTok? Are they? I didn't know. Are they somewhere else? But I hope you're good. Are you still in Vegas? Are you still partying in Vegas? That's question number one. And question number two: how was WrestleMania? I saw that Brock Lesnar retired. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? You'll have to tell me, as you are the expert. Grace says, how's your day been? It's been alright. Woke up early. Woke up about 6 a.m., which is never good on a Saturday. But the thing is, you're used to waking up for work, so you just naturally wake up at 6 a.m. Woke up at 6 a.m., did some gardening, did some cooking, and before I knew it, it was 3 o'clock. How's your day been? Can't watch, unfortunately. Not got a dodgy box yet. Yeah, me neither. There's absolutely nothing dodgy about the way I'm watching. I'm watching in the most legitimate way possible. It's ironic I'm wearing a Spain shirt because I think that's what they're speaking on commentary. So that's a bit ironic. Mr. Default says United, and the third time. How you doing? We might go above you today. If we win by more than 2 goals, we might go above you on goal difference. But I don't think we're gonna win today. I don't think we're gonna win. Me. Good to hear. Hope you're well. Catherine says hi. How you doing? Gakpo's starting, so that's another reason why we're screwed. Yeah, you've beaten me to it. Gakpo's still starting over Rio. I don't know. I just don't have an answer. I don't have a defense. I don't have a logical explanation for that. The other weird thing is that Robertson's starting again, and Robertson started like 3 games in a row now, which is a bit weird when you have Kirkers. I don't know what's going on there. It's a bit bizarre. I woke up at 5 a.m. running on 4 hours of sleep. Damn, that is early. That's a nice Spanish shirt. It is a nice shirt. The thing is, when I went to the Bernabeu a few weeks ago, at the end, they send you through the shop. So you have to walk through the shop. And naturally, the whole shop is full of Real Madrid shirts, Real Madrid footballs, Real Madrid mugs, Real Madrid whatever. So I had no interest in that, naturally. I had a look, but I had no interest in that. But then when you exit, there's a second bit of the shop, which is all the international shirts. And I've never seen that before. So there's the Real Madrid shop, but then when you're exiting, there's a second section, which is all the international shirts. And a lot of them were ugly. But this one caught my eye. I thought, this is quite nice. It's got like a little pattern on it. You probably can't see. But I was like, I absolutely have to get that. Grace is curious on the hat choice. You say, "Oh, the grey one," like it's a negative, but I thought this was in your top 3. WrestleMania was an experience. It was a lot of advertising and very quick matches, but very good. Fair enough. Glad you had fun. It's one of the I've never been. I'm not like a huge wrestling guy. I used to watch wrestling back in the day. More WCW back in the day. And then I used to watch wrestling when you used to have, say, Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, who most people still know. But I've not watched it recently, but I still would like to go to an event. Yeah, we're not winning by more than 2 goals. Isabel says, "What's up?" Nothing much. The usual gardening. And am I like really Is the lighting like not right? Put it up a bit. That's probably better. But yeah, nothing much, the usual. They've just kicked off. How's things with you? Crystal Palace are Liverpool's bogey team. The man Arne Slot was saying we have failed to beat them in the past 3 games, but I feel like it's worse than that. I think they've beat us in the past 3 games. So I think it's even worse. They've kicked off, but as always, the comments are more interesting. I'll fix that in a bit. Brock's getting on now, so went out at the right time. Best match was Roman Reigns. Very nice. Who was he? Cody Rhodes or CM Punk? I think it's CM Punk, wasn't it? If you win by 2 goals, we're on the same goal difference. Yeah, we're not winning by 2 goals. It's Crystal Palace on the attack over here. How are you watching it? The shirt is a clue. The shirt is a clue. Let's just put it that way. If you can figure out what the shirt is, which I think Mr. Default has figured it out. But yeah, the shirt's a clue. How you doing, Stefan? Like, oh my god, Umar, like, while late in it. That's okay, we'll let you off. I'm surprised you haven't criticized me for not starting the timer yet. But I will get there. I'll get there eventually. Man United versus Liverpool next week. Indeed it is, and I will not be here. I will be in Alexander Isak country, doing my best Swedish impression. So I will not be here for that. Probably a good thing. Because I don't think we'll win. But I will keep an eye on the results. Everyone back in the day used to watch WWE Sunday SmackDown. Wasn't it Saturday? It used to come on Sky One. We never used to have Sky Sports because Sky Sports costs extra. But we used to have Sky One. And it used to come on Saturday morning. That's when I used to watch it. So there was the set with the fist. Do you remember the set with the fist going through it? And there'd be a screen on the left of the fist and a screen on the right of the fist. That's when I used to watch it. It's third in Grace's rankings, this hat. I like this. It's not too bad. I'm pretty good actually about to have my quesadilla and tater tots. You always have like the best meals, and that's like so impressive. I know you're a chef, so it makes sense, but all your meals always sound so good. I'm kind of jealous but happy for you at the same time. Dictator Gakpo starts again. Prediction 1-1, I think. Main man is Roman Reigns. He was carved by the gods. Yeah. Did he win? I think he won. I think he beat CM Punk or something. Is he like the number 1 star at the moment? Because from what I'm aware of, people didn't used to like him back in the day. And again, I didn't really watch it, so I wasn't so sure. But have people changed their opinion, or do people still not like him? SmackDown vs. Raw was so goated. It was okay. SmackDown vs. Raw was okay. What was goated was the one before it. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain was perfection. And the one before that, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, that was very good as well. I feel like SmackDown vs. Raw is when it started to go down a bit. That's just my opinion. But I think peak SmackDown games was Here Comes the Pain. That shirt low-key looks like an Arsenal shirt. I didn't realise that, but now you mention it, I think you're right. So I might have to burn it. No, it can't be an Arsenal shirt. It's got a star on it. So let's be honest. There's no Arsenal shirt with any sort of star on it. Let me set this timer then. Set this damn timer. Oh! That was close. Never mind. False alarm. 4 minutes 30-ish. Bish bash bosh. Looks like Slot will stay for next season. I doubt it. I just think that's the message they sometimes put out. because they're not going to say, yeah, we're going to sack him at the end of the season, because I think then there's a risk that the players down tools, and I think then there's a risk that things go south. I think the main indicator which says that he's not going to stay is the fact that he hasn't been offered a new contract. So he's only got 1 year left on the deal. And I would think if they would if they would have confidence in him, they would have given him a new contract. But I think the fact that he's got a year left makes me think he's probably off. And it's probably for the best. Like he's actually like, I know his football is boring, but as a guy, like he seems like an alright guy. It was okay. Top 1 betrayal since my life began. What was top 1 betrayal? Have I missed something? So you're not here next week? I am. I'm going on Friday and I'm back on Monday, but basically back on Tuesday. Back at like 2 a.m. on Tuesday, and then I'll have work in 6 hours. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but hey ho, I'll figure it out. So Buzz like. He's holding WWE up. I mean, just for this run till the summer, they gave him $1 billion. I see. So he's like their main star. My favorite wrestler ever. I don't know if this is controversial. It has to be Kane. I was actually legitimately scared of Kane when I was a kid, and I mean the original Kane, where he just had the one arm, out, and he ripped the door off the Hell in the Cell. I was actually scared. I was actually scared of that Kane. But he's my favourite. Our star is Saka. Ooh. Nothing happened. Saka is so garbage, I swear. What is Saka good at? Doesn't score, doesn't assist. He's got decent pace, but lots of people have decent pace. I mean, he's a decent player, but I don't think he's worthy of the hype that he sometimes gets. Who's playing better so far? It's pretty end to end. I can't lie. Crystal Palace had a chance, and now Liverpool have had a chance. Liverpool just had a chance from a corner, but nothing happened. Rafinha, 24 million for getting sacked. Lucky for some. Lucky for some. The funny thing is, even when he got hired, I remember we were saying he's gonna get sacked before the season's over. So it's funny that we could say it, but all these people with all this money couldn't say it. All this money couldn't say it. And did you really have to give him a 7-year deal? Like, you could give him like a 3-year deal, surely. Like Arne Slot got a 3-year deal. Do you have to give everybody 7-year deals? It just ends up costing you. And apparently now, if Chelsea don't get Champions League, it's gonna hurt them. So they might have to sell the women's team again. Zaim says, hope you're well. I hope you're good. Yeah, Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker. They were a very good tag team. Some people prefer Undertaker. I personally, I was more of a Kane type of guy. But yeah, as a tag team, they were pretty much levels. They were pretty much levels above everybody, to be honest. I heard Alisson might be leaving in the summer. Apparently, he might be off to Juventus. And Arne Slot was asked this question in a press conference yesterday. And he tried to kind of give a vague, bland answer. But I kind of felt like he made it obvious that Alisson is going. Just the way he answered it. You know how sometimes you just give a vague answer where they try not to reveal anything. I feel like in what he was saying, he kind of revealed that he is going. I mean, he's a good keeper, but you're only as good as your availability. And if he's available for 2 games a season, you wish him the best, but equally, it's probably the right thing to do. But his toe, his toe is gonna cry. But as his toe, and I don't know if you're the left toe or the right toe, would you not prefer Italian weather over Northern England weather? Surely. Imagine walking into work and your boss saying you're fired, but you still get paid. We're still gonna pay you 24 million. I mean that would be ideal. I mean, they're probably still paying off a bunch of their old managers. They're probably still paying off Pochettino and so forth. I mean, the players can down tools anymore. I mean, the toolbox is pretty much empty, but they can down the toolbox as well. That's the thing with these players. They always find new ways to disappoint you. So even if you think it's at the absolute worst, they'll find a way to make it worse. Yeah, the betrayal feature. Yeah, I know what you mean. Tater tots and quesadilla is easy. All you need is tortilla. Throw that down in a frying pan. Put a layer of grated cheese down. I'll put pickled jalapenos and leftover chili con carne. Melt the cheese, then fold in half. Voila, quesadillas. Tater tots, get out bag, stick in the oven, easy peasy. I mean, you phrase it that way. It is pretty simple. I made chicken wraps yesterday, which was quite similar to that, but I'm on a diet, so no cheese. Because Stefan was saying that I looked slightly chubby, so now I'm on a diet. But I will try. I mean, I can give that a go, 100%. Rey Mysterio was. I remember Rey Mysterio when he was Rey Mysterio Jr. in WCW, and I remember when he had a hair versus mask match against Kevin Nash, and then Kevin Nash won, and then Rey Mysterio had to take his mask off, and then Kevin Nash was like, "Nah, put it back on. Like, you're ugly." It's kind of funny. This is where I'm gonna ruin your image of your favorite wrestler. Kane is MAGA. To be honest, they all are. Kane is. Undertaker is. They pretty much all are at this point. I think it's one of those things whereby they say like WWE and UFC is not political, but I think they are quite political. What minute are you on? Just hitting 12 minutes. Hiding most scalp. Hope you are good. Hope you are well. Zayn was more Undertaker. That means we can be the Brothers of Destruction then. You can be Undertaker, I can be Kane. Mankind versus Undertaker was the best WWE match in history. I remember when they were doing promos for that, like before the match happened. You know, when they'd advertise, "Oh, it's a Hell in a Cell." I remember them advertising it. Yeah, no, that was that was crazy. The way he threw him off the cell. And then he came back, and then he threw him through the cell, and then the doctor just jumped in. The doctor just jumped in the ring instantly. That's how you know that's a bit concerning, because you never just see a doctor just run in the ring. That was a very good match. Can't lie. You look like Amarim. I mean, I'd rather say Amarim looks like me. You look like Salah. You look like Mbuemo. I mean, Amarim, I think, is like, okay, decently looking. Mo Salah, okay, fair enough. Mbuemo, it's like, really? Seriously? Like, I thought I was doing something right at the start and then right in the middle. And then at the end, I was like, oh. It's like saying, you know, you look like Taylor Swift. You look like, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter. You look like my aunt. I'm like, okay, interesting. Oh, but that will do. Most guys love seeing Arsenal second again. It's time to get used to it. I've been saying this all year. I like. Even when Arsenal were a gazillion points behind, and I had lots of very aggressive Arsenal fans coming into the chat saying that I feared Arsenal, I said, you're not going to do anything. You're going to capitulate at the end like you always do, and then Man City are going to catch up. Got sacked after working 5%, but got paid for the remaining 95%. I'm kind of like, you know what, good for him. I'm slightly jealous, but I'm like, it's a case of don't hate the player, hate the game type of thing. Hiding Bob, hope you are good. Cross by Gakpo. Just head it out, man. Just head it out. If we had more right wingers for England, Saka wouldn't start. I agree. Agree with that 100%. I think he's decent, but the extent to which he's hyped up, I think that's too far. Alisson Becker's not going to move because he loves Nando's. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think they've got Nando's in Italy. I've never seen a Nando's in Italy. I mean, anywhere's better than that dump and field. It's an interesting point though, because it's a stadium, and it's a decent stadium, but it's just plonked like in the middle of, I'd say, like Victorian housing. So it's not like a particularly developed area, and that's one of the criticisms of the owners, that yeah, they've got this fancy stadium, but they haven't really rejuvenated the surrounding area. I mean, I know King Sloth's taking the piss, but even then, I think there's a point. I think there is a point in that. Like, it's like the stadium's almost like a spaceship just plonked in the middle of all these old houses. It's definitely not 1-0 to Liverpool. WCW was the best, man. I used to watch that every week. Bailey watched when Seth was in NXT. Is that Seth? Yeah, Seth Rollins, yeah. That's a good one. Kanate and Van Dijk are the brothers of the thing is, that kind of fits as well, because they have, they're quite tall, they're quite big, so they kind of fit. They kind of fit the kind of Kane Undertaker image. That's probably quite a good link there. When's next live? Next football live. Not here next week, but the week after. So not next Saturday, but next Saturday or Sunday, whenever that is. Mbuemo is good looking also. He's alright. He's not like Amarim Salah level. How do you know I look like your aunt? Because I just know everything. Gotta respect the hustle. He's made history. Highest paid PE teacher of all time. Yeah, it's one of those things whereby you're like, you know what, fair, good for you. You're a bit of a weirdo, and you're perhaps. But the thing is, he never should have been placed in that position to begin with. He used to manage Strasbourg or something. What makes you think you could manage legitimately a massive club like Chelsea? So I'm like, you know what? It's like, it's not your fault. It's the fault of the people that hired you. Ooh, Palace are through, but defended by Jones. I'd start any other English left winger over Saka or any English right winger. Gakpo. Speaking of left wingers, here's Gakpo. As soon as you say left wingers, Mr. Gakpo's got the ball, but guess what? He did absolutely nothing with it. Nice one, Cody. McAllister is losing so many duels, says Zayn. Need to sign a 6 in the summer. I agree. Firstly, there's a rumor McAllister might be off, which I don't mind. Which I don't mind. I think he's given Liverpool good service, and I think Liverpool can get a good fee for him. I like the idea of a proper kind of destructive 6, like Mascherano, Fabinho, heck, even like a Jordan Henderson. But I think this manager doesn't like that type of player. This manager is more about silky this, silky that. So I think hopefully there's a manager change, and hopefully that manager signs a proper 6, because I agree. It's no point having all these kind of silky players, and it's no point spending all this money on Isak, all this money on Ekatike if you can't win the ball in the midfield. Moscow says, are you English? Can you not tell from the accent? My day's been alright. Just been on Xbox waiting for GTA to download. Very nice. Which GTA? GTA 4? GTA 5? Versus Spike Dudley. Yeah, I see what you mean. Ahmed says hi twice. How's it going? Everyone's just copying Ahmed. Ahmed says hi twice. Grace says hi for some reason, and then Fish says hi. Can you go live now, please? No, I cannot. I don't feel like going live today. I thought about it, but I said, you know what? I'm not in the mood. So maybe next time. It's like when people harass players for going Saudi to become a millionaire. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? It's their life. It's ultimately it's none of my business, and it's kind of their life, I guess. The exception to that rule is Mr. 66. I wish him the absolute worst. But everybody else, it's their life. Fabregas gets to just take a month unpaid leave from Como and 24 million and go back. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, if they do hire him, that's probably what would happen. Just take special leave. Just go on maternity leave. Say or paternity leave. Say I'll be back in a month, 24 million pound richer. There's some rumours that they might get Lampard, but I know he did well with Coventry, but I think you should never go back to your ex. Ugate's up for grabs. No, thank you. Mr. Default's joining in on the high. GTA 5. You must have played GTA 5 before, though. Are you just kind of replaying it for because you're bored, I guess? It's a good game to replay. Napoleon, how's it going, Napoleon? Can you end the stream now, please? That is funny. Sometimes on YouTube, people will join with like the username of YouTube admin, and they're like, you need to end the live stream now because of XYZ, and I'm like, do you really think I'm that dumb? It's quite funny. I used to get that a couple of months ago. There's this guy who would just create the username of YouTube admin and put the YouTube admin picture. But then I just blocked him because it was funny like the first 2-3 times, but then he just kept on doing it. Finch says sorry for being late. That's all right. I mean, Grace says it's fine, therefore it is fine. Fish support. How did your team get on yesterday? McAllister for 60 million would be great. Yeah, the Jones one is interesting. That's something that has manifested itself this week. A bit of a surprise, I can't lie. I presume he's going for kind of first team football because he's about what 24, 25 now. A bit of a surprise. The funny thing is with Liverpool, like they do tend to sell players when they buy players, but they've reached a point now where I think last year they sold a lot of players, so now it's almost like the next tier of players are available for sale. I think Jones is in that next tier of players. So yeah, a bit of a surprise. Maybe he just wants to kind of play regularly. Elliot will definitely leave. Bit of a shame. I like Elliot. I feel a bit bad as well because I feel like we've kind of screwed him over a bit because he's wasted a year of his career just doing absolutely nothing. Endo might be back from injury before the World Cup, but we'll get microwave minutes at best. Midfield is thin. I agree, and I think my thing's freezing. Give me a second. I do want to see kind of midfielders come in, but at the same time, there's multiple positions that I feel like we have to strengthen. So I'm curious about what's going to happen. Ultimately, I think they will do the Liverpool thing, which is leave themselves one short, leave themselves two short. But I'm curious to see what happens. Speaking of midfields, we absolutely do not want this guy. He's an absolute no. That's why I love Bruno. Bruno had the chance to go to Saudi, but stayed for the club and the fans. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you'll get like an adulation that you wouldn't kind of otherwise get in terms of the players that stay when things are not going so well. When they retire and kind of when they come back for, say, Legends matches and so forth, they get respected a lot more. We won against Salmonella. Very nice. How's it going, Avram? Hope you are good. My thing has crashed, which is very unfortunate, so I am not good. Let me see if I can fix that. I fixed it. McAllister's not going for 60 million. Stop that right now. As in, you think that's too much or too little? That can't be too much, surely, for McAllister. Do you not think he has kind of PR and he has kind of value because he's a World Cup winner, Premier League winner? Okay, Mr. Default says too much. Joel says too much from a Liverpool fan. Legs are gone. I agree, legs are gone. Or legs are not what they were last year. What do you think's a more reasonable? What do you think's a more reasonable fee then? I think Liverpool can get 60 million. The thing is, quite a lot of kind of players these days are not worth what you get for them. Like Liverpool got about 20 million for Ryan Brewster. Liverpool got what? 25 million for 25 million-ish for kind of Ben Doak. I think Liverpool can get that money. I think there's a difference between what a player is worth versus what you can get for them for them on the market. If that makes sense. Grace is re-downloading I was going to say GTA 6, but GTA 5. Fisher's Bayern are losing 3-0 against Mainz. Is that because they've already won the league, so they're not bothering anymore? There you go. King Sloth is hooking people up. 40 million. I think it's that thing whereby shit. Give me a sec. Where there's a difference between kind of what a player is actually worth versus what you can get for them. In terms of kind of what his skills are and in terms of what he offers you on the pitch, I think 40 million is maybe 40, maybe 45 is maybe a fair fee. But I think the flip side is I think Liverpool are kind of very good negotiators, as we kind of see. They always seem to be able to kind of squeeze money out of teams. And I think coupled with the fact that he's a World Cup winner and he's a Premier League winner, I would be surprised. I'd be very surprised if he only went for 40. Maybe I think it'd be closer to 60. I genuinely think it would be closer to that. Grace says, "Is it bad I've been in bed all day?" No, it's Saturday. Saturday is the day to relax. Joel says we could get 60, but that is well from us to get that, mate. Let's be honest. He's been a massive part of this season. I think his name, and I think sometimes the name and the reputation of a player carries a lot. I think if you had I think if Curtis Jones was exactly the same as McAllister this year, I think you'd get less because he's just Curtis Jones. I think the fact that he's Argentine and the fact that he's a World Cup winner and the fact that he's got good PR, I think those kind of intangibles boost the value. How's it going, Chris? Hope you are good. Leaving him in the middle with Gravenberch and no support is stupid. I agree with that. I think part of my problem is Gravenberch, McAllister, and Wirtz. They all feel a bit too similar. Like there's differences, there's differences, but as players they feel a bit too similar. They're all kind of silky, and naturally Wirtz is a bit more attacking. McAllister and Gravenberch are a bit more defensive, but they almost feel like a large percentage it's the same player 3 times. Whereas I'd like more of, say, a Fabinho type player or a Mascherano type player, or even like a Momo Sissoko type player, or even a Jordan Henderson type player, or even maybe like a Didi Hamann type player. I don't know if they still exist, but yeah, I think you need a different type of player. They're just too similar in my opinion. Yeah, no holding players. How's it going, Reluctant Gamer? Hope you're well. Who are you playing this weekend? And are you playing today or is it tomorrow? Okay, so are Bayern playing a reduced lineup? Fair enough. I mean, they've pretty much walked the league. I presume they're resting their players for the Champions League. I say him, but Slot is the biggest problem. He doesn't fit the system. Yeah, I think there'll be ultimately a managerial change end of the season. And again, the club can say one thing, but the club are not going to say, yeah, F Slot, where we're going to get rid of this bold guy. They're going to back him. But I think the biggest indicator that shows he's going to leave is the fact that he has not been given a new contract when he has only 1 year left. So that to me says there isn't significant confidence in him in the long term. So I reckon he'll be off in the summer because they haven't given him a new contract. Now, if they gave him a new contract a month ago, I'd be worried. But I think that's the main indicator. I'll give you 10 million and a share bag of Haribo. I mean, Haribos are pretty good, so I mean, it's a share bag as well, and kind of with inflation, you could basically call that 11 million. Grace says lads, or is that left ADS? Zubimendi was 50 million with a release clause, but on the market probably worth the same as McAllister. Both are same age, and I think McAllister has more PR. McAllister has more PR because he's Argentine, naturally, because he's played with Messi, because he's a World Cup winner, and because he's a Premier League winner. I think that kind of thing. When they are negotiating, when they are conducting these negotiations, they phrase that. They state that as this is a positive. This is an experienced player. He's a experienced winner. He hasn't just won domestically. He's also won internationally. These kind of things come into the thinking. Joseph says 2 right backs on the bench but plays Jones, vintage. the man's mental. I mean, the last 3 words are on the dime, I'd say. Grace does not support. Oh, Grace does. I was wrong. Keep Slot. Bad seasons happen. No, if they play well, Slot will get a new contract. Define play well, though. Define play well. Would you give him a new contract if he got Champions League? Or how would you define play well? Dale says afternoon, hoping for Everton and Wolves win today. Hope you're good. Dale. Unlucky last week, I can't lie. Unlucky. I don't think we deserve to win that game. I think a draw would have been fair. So even though we got 3 points, I don't feel like we deserve the 3 points. Oh, you're saying Al ads. I thought you were saying lads. I thought, okay, interesting. Keep Slot, easy 6 points for us next season. Could be the difference for us to win the league. I'll be honest, nobody's winning the league other than Man City. They're just Man City are just a level ahead of everybody. And if they're not ahead, they will buy a bunch of players. They will buy a bunch of players in January, Semenyo, Gehi, whoever, and then they'll always bridge that gap in January. I think as long as Pep is there, it's gonna be very hard for anybody else. Yasser says, "Come on, Liverpool." I'm liking the encouragement. That's quite a few exclamation marks. So I'm liking that. Riley says Liverpool scored, not for me. Still 0-0. And Catherine says that's factually true. Shit, why am I on 31 minutes? Why the hell am I on 31 minutes? Let me. I just noticed the time. Let me refresh. I mean, even Zach is saying it's 1-0. So there's been a goal. I've just been watching this game, and I've been like 5 minutes behind the whole time. Jesus Christ. I was thinking, why is everybody saying this? Why is everybody saying there's been a goal? Oh, was it Isak? I can't lie. Part of the reason I'm here is because I wanted to see Isak. Isak's my guy. When everybody was saying, why'd you sign Isak when you bought Ekatika? I was like, no, Isak is the guy. He is the one. Give me a sec. Yeah, 35 minutes. Kanate to McAllister. McAllister to Salah. Ooh, that's a goal. That's a nice goal. I can't lie. That is a goal. That is a striker's goal. And McAllister assist. Surely. McAllister assist has McAllister just boosted. Has McAllister just boosted his value? Surely. Nice finish. I can't lie. Nice. That's kind of what we've been missing. Isak scored and didn't break his foot. We need him not to break anything else, because we are thin as hell. We are thin as hell up front at the moment. Slot's position in the dressing room will be undermined. That's true as well. Because all the players will kind of know. You know what? He's only going to be here a year longer at most. We don't really need to bother. I think if you are managing a new season and you've only got 1 year left on the contract, it undermines the manager, and as a result it shows that the owners do not have confidence in the manager, and if the owners do not have confidence in the manager, the players will not have confidence in the manager. So I think that's a good point as well. Worst case scenario is FSG lets Slot run his contract down. I think and I hope that won't happen. I remember the figure. Is he on 10 million a year? I don't know how much he's on, but however much he's on, I think you risk losing more than that if things go seriously south. So I think it's a case of you just pay him off early, and then you move on. Because Klopp was on kind of very high wages, especially with his last contract. Slot, I don't remember the numbers, but I remember seeing the numbers. Slot's wages are nowhere near Klopp's wages. That's point number one. And I think point number two, he's only got 1 year of that left. So it's going to be a relatively small sum, I think, to get rid of him. It's not going to be like Liam Rossini, 24 million. Grace's W Isak. That's what we've been missing, man. That's what we've been missing. Isak's going to be the main guy next season, so we need him to stay fit. Isabel says, that's what I've been saying. For God's sake, don't let him stank the team out. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like I'm thankful for what he's done. Seems like a nice guy, but I think ultimately the longer he's been here, that's a good save by Freddie Woodman. That's an amazing save by Freddie Woodman. I should maybe be slightly nicer to him. But I think we've seen the longer he's... Robertson's through. Oh my God, Andy Robertson has scored. Where the hell? What the? What? How did he do that? How has he done that? That was an amazing finish. I didn't think he had that in him. Robertson with a striker's finish. Was it? Yeah, I was thinking, what? Is that Robertson? Is that Robertson? Like, can he stay? Can he stay? And can we just play him up front? How has he done that? So it was point number one. To be fair, amazing save by Freddie Woodman. Verts to Curtis Jones. Amazing run by Robertson. How did he finish that? That was legitimately. That is legitimately an amazing finish. It's right in the corner. The thing is, he was very close to the keeper, and then quite often those shots you can just blast into the keeper or you can hit wide. That is a very good finish. As Zaim says, Andy Robbie Fowler. Oh yeah, and yeah, you've joined the middle name. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. I'm like, you know what, fair enough. I didn't think he had that in him. Even if say Verts scored that goal, I'd be like, that's an amazing finish. Yeah, good save by Woodman as well. So in that goal, I didn't think Woodman had that in him, and I also didn't think Robertson had that in him. But I'm like, fair enough. Now I think Edwards and Richard Hughes, I think they got a bit more time left, I think. But it's not. But you're right. It's not a lot. Grace's mom says hi to Uma. Hi to Grace's mom. Hope you are good. Hope you're having a nice weekend. I've been gardening. I've been doing the garden. I planted some raspberries. So I purchased some raspberries online and I was planting those today. But I hope you are good. Where are you watching it? The shirt is a hint. The shirt is a hint, if you know what I mean. Ayan's uncle is Robertson. Hi to Fish. Fish is a legend, to be honest. User says Robbo is more of a legend than Steven Gerrard. I can't lie. Even if Gerrard did that finish, and I appreciate it was on the left foot, but even if Gerrard did that finish, I'd be like, that's an amazing finish. W Robbo says Grace, like, legitimately, I know I keep on saying it, but I didn't think he had that in him. We need to make it 4-0. I'd be happy with one, and I'd be happy with any sort of 3 points, but a 4-0 would be amazing. I think the main priority is just get to half time and don't concede. That's the main priority. Alfie's wondering if the user was joking. I presume that the user was rage baiting, which is why my response is always, all right, fair enough. I mean, why don't we just play Robertson in Gakpo's position? Robertson has done more. you literally just. Are we on like the same wavelength or something? As soon as I was saying that, you just said the same thing. I was literally just saying that, and I just. That's crazy. You literally read my mind. I was literally saying that Robertson's done more from a attacking left wing position than I've seen Gakpo do all season. Check my phone and saw we're 2-0 up like Goed. Indeed we are. It's corner for Palace. We just need to kind of keep it. Just keep the nil at a nil. Maybe it's because I'm not wearing a Liverpool shirt today. Is that why we're playing well? Is that the Oh, another good save by Woodman. Who is this guy? How is he doing all that? What has Woodman been eating for breakfast? How has he saved that? This might be Woodman man of the match. Come on, the Reds. Woodman has been great. I mean, surprisingly great. I can't lie. I was mentally hating on him like before the match, thinking he's gonna cost us. We're gonna draw. That's good because I also had Weetabix. So myself and Freddie Woodman, we are in sync when it comes to breakfasts. But how's he pulling off all these saves, man? Freddie Woodman is 100% showing his class. And the thing is, it's class that I didn't know he had. Didn't he get released from Newcastle and then get released from Preston, I think? And then we only picked him up. We only picked him up because he was free and counted towards the English quota. Arjun says, I'm glad Robertson is leaving. This one goal won't make me forget how bad he's been for years. True. But maybe Sal Gakpo and make Robertson left wing. That's the answer. Robertson can't defend anymore, but he's got a decent finish on him. But yeah, it's right for him to leave if he wants to. I think Robertson wants to leave because he wants to play regular first team football. But I agree, Liverpool need to get a more permanent kind of first team left back, whether it's Kirkes or somebody else. But still a fair shot by Robertson. Weetabix and jam. No jam for me. I'm on a diet. It's just plain Weetabix. Plain Weetabix for breakfast. No, nothing else. No chocolate Weetabix. No nothing. It's just plain. It's my diet. It's my diet regime at the moment. Yeah. None of the fancy Weetabixes. Just the plain one. Akash says, how was Isak's goal? Good finish. I think McAllister kind of went for a shot, but the shot kind of just ended up at Isak's foot, and it was kind of high, and he kind of controlled it. It was a good finish. Are Slot's tactics just to hold on and rely on individual performances like Isak's goal, Woodman performances, and if Slot says he coached Robbo to do that, he would be lying. I think there is an element of that it's just individual brilliance. It was a brilliant finish by Isak, brilliant finish by Robertson, and good saves by kind of Woodman. So this doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything in my opinion, and I hope it doesn't change anything in the opinion of the decision makers. Good pressing by Isak as well. But yeah, let's hope we can just get to the end of the half with nothing conceded. Bailey says it's a good half. I agree. That's the whistle. That is the whistle. Half time. That's pretty much it, yeah. McAllister went for a shot which was basically going wide, but it kind of went into Isak, and then he kind of controlled it. Because it's hard to control a shot, because if you think about it, it's coming at you very fast. So you've got to kind of control... Isak 35 minutes, Robertson 40 minutes. You've got to control something that's coming at you at pace and then redirect it. I'm happy for Isak, 100%. I mean, Fish is also happy if... what's the third one? What's Fein mean? Napoleon's predictions are coming through. My prediction was wrong. I predicted a 1-1, so I'm wrong. What was your prediction, though? Joseph says this doesn't excuse Boldy's mistakes throughout the seasons. I agree. It's one game in isolation, so it's nice. You know, it's nice if they do go on to win. It's nice to win this, but one game in isolation shouldn't impact long-term decisions, because one game is a short-term measure, whereas managerial decisions are a long-term measure. So they need to evaluate the season as a whole. I thought of a random thing this morning. I googled why humans have eyebrows and what are they for. I mean, that's a interesting thing to Google. What did you find? I presume it's to stop. Is it to stop sweat going into your eye? Is that what it is? They stop sweat going into your eye. It's gonna be something like that. I bet you it's something like that. Come on, look at that. It said they are for keeping sweat rain out of your eyes, showing emotions, helping people recognize your face. I'll take that. That was a complete guess. It was a complete guess, so I'm quite happy I got that. What do you think of the Yan Diomande rumors? I'll be honest, I'm like, I can't. Okay, this is in two parts. Yeah, this is in two parts. I can't get super excited about any new player. I can't get super excited about any new player if they're gonna play under this manager. And I don't mean that in a harsh way, but my excitement for whoever comes in is bottlenecked by the fact that they're going to play for this manager. So that as a kind of starter for 10, it's almost like you need to solve the manager equation first before you solve the player equation. It's like saying, how excited are you about the new bathroom? But I'm like, I can't get excited about the new bathroom because the pipe is leaking. You need to fix the pipe first, and then I can start getting excited about the new bathroom. As a player, I think he's okay. He looks very raw. I'd argue he looks fine. And again, I've not seen him in any kind of extensive. I've not seen any extensive matches of him. I've seen YouTube clips and he seems fine. I'll be honest, he doesn't get me super excited, but that's fine. That's okay. But he's the right profile, I guess. He's a pacey winger, and I think there's a lack of kind of pace in the team. I think ultimately it will come down to price, whatever the price is. Like if it's a reasonable price, you can be like, okay, fair enough. We need pace. He's a young player. Let's go for it. Whereas if it's a crazy price, then that impacts kind of how I feel about it. Napoleon says Liverpool will score 4. Well, you're halfway there. Jaime agrees. Yeah, that it's like we need to sort the manager thing out first, I think. You support every club in the Premier League, but you have Brighton in your name and you have Brighton in your picture. So even though you support every club, there seems to be a preference for one particular seaside club. Slot sold the winning team last summer, then pushed Salah, Robertson, Alisson. I understand the need to kind of rejig the team and to kind of... I understand the need to kind of make changes. But ultimately, I think they didn't make the right changes. I think that you can sell Diaz, you can sell Nunes, but you need to replace their pace. There was just kind of no pace and no directness in this team. And I think that's where they've gone wrong. And I hope they rectify it. Yeah, static football is not the. It's been. I mean, I'm glad we're winning today, but there's been some matches where I've legitimately been bored out of my mind. Grace likes this shirt because of the Adidas logo, the color, and the FIFA World Cup logo on the arm. See, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice. It's nice. Yeah. Where does this rank in your shirt ranking that you were doing the other day? You know how I was saying I've bought a new shirt and I want to wear a new shirt. Isabel says, personally, if we're getting Diomande, we need a second player to mitigate. If we get Diomande, then I think we should get Liao, who apparently this summer has a £40 million release clause. So both or neither have to come. I mean, for 40 million, you might as well do it. 40 million is absolutely nothing these days. I don't know how old Rafael Leão is now, but I don't imagine it's anything significant. But for 40 million, which these days is nothing, Liverpool sold Ryan Brewster for about 25 million. And I think Ryan Brewster's working in McDonald's today. Actually, no, he gets Saturdays off. I think he's working tomorrow. So 40 million is nothing these days. Oh, only 26. That's prime age. That is you could. I mean that's prime Liverpool age that they generally seem to target, kind of mid 20s, especially for kind of refined players. Wirtz masterclass, but in fact Liverpool should sack Slot. Grace has switched over for some reason. Wirtz has been one of our best today. He's playing better. He's playing better. I can't lie. Wirtz has perhaps been one of the best, but the ultimate best had to be Freddie Woodman. He's been amazing. S says, are you ahead or behind United because you got same goal difference? Sorry. Good point. Good. I guess if the goal difference is the same. So we've played one more game, but I don't know who's got more goals scored. I think after that it's done on goals scored, something like that. Yeah, he's at the mighty Rams, isn't he, Mr. Ryan Brewster? But to be honest, I'll check the table at the end. I don't think this is gonna stay 2-0. It might be 3-0. It might be 2-2. So we will we'll check the table at the end. But yeah, I should set the timer back. What's the Everton score? Actually, yeah, what are the other scores? Fulham beat Villa, which is what we like to see. But everywhere else is basically 0-0. So it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal Newcastle later. Liverpool 2-0. West Ham Everton is 0-0, and Wolves Spurs is also 0-0. It'll be hilarious if Wolves win, because I think Spurs are pretty much definitely going down then. Isabel's shopping list is Xabi Alonso, Van der Ven, Adam Wharton, Diomande, and Liao. Maybe one more like Schlotterbeck or another centre back. I would have wanted a centre back. I don't think we'll get one now, because apparently Konate is going to sign a new deal. Partly because nobody else wants him, but apparently Konate is going to sign a new deal. And then I think you'd have Konate, and you'd have Van Dijk, and you'd have Giovanni Leone, and you'd have Jeremy Jacquet, Le Francais. So I think you'd have 4 centre backs, and you'd have Joe Gomez just to slot in wherever you need him. You know, if you need a left back, Joe Gomez. You need a centre back, Joe Gomez. You need a right back, Joe Gomez. If you need your windows cleaned, Joe Gomez. If you need somebody to mow the lawn, Joe Gomez. If you need somebody to drive you to the airport, Joe Gomez. So I think Joe Gomez is also available as a kind of 5th choice there. So I think they probably won't go for a centre back. But we'll see. Is Van der Ven still on a free though? If Van der Ven's available on a free, maybe that's something they kind of explore. Wharton, Diomande, Liao, all good options. All good options. Huge shame that Isaac scored. That's quite funny. It was a decent finish. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it was a decent finish. I presume you support Newcastle, so can you give Arsenal a nice battering, please, at 5:30? That would be most appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you in advance. That depends on the setup. From Alonso, good point. So if Alonso does come in, and if Alonso decides to play 3 at the back, then you might need more than 4 senior centre backs. I think, yeah, I think and I hope they will solve the manager question first, and then they will solve the player question, because I think naturally players need to fit the system of whoever is coming in. Speaking of Spurs, Cyphering Lightning says we are going down, say we are going down. I think it's highly dependent on how you do against the Wolves today. It'll be interesting. The next 45 minutes will be interesting. If anything, it will be more interesting than the Liverpool game, because you got West Ham Everton, which is 0-0, and you got Wolves Spurs, which is 0-0. So if West Ham win, if there's 2 home wins, right? If there's, I don't mean to make this worse, but if there's 2 home wins, which means West Ham win and Wolves win, it's not gonna look good for Spurs. It ain't gonna look good. All those haters gonna be fuming. Slot is continuing to prove he is the man. They shouldn't be fuming. I don't think they should be fuming. But you're right. Some people will be fuming. Some people will be fuming because they take this stuff a bit too seriously. But they hopefully shouldn't be fuming if their team's winning. I think Anderson is better than Wharton, and this might sound crazy, but any price for him is justified. There's no better all-round midfield. I don't think it's crazy. I think you're onto something. I think he might. I don't think Liverpool will get him. I almost feel like there will be too much kind of competition for him. But yeah, as a player, there's few that are better. There's 100%. There's a few that are better. He's basically a City player already. I do think he'll probably go to City. City are going to be weaker because they'll lose Bernardo. They'll probably lose a few other players. But this is the thing with City. When they lose players, they replace them 100%. I don't know what the shirt. You'd put this in 12th place. I'd put this higher than 12th. I'd put this in top 5, 100%. Wolves should have had a red card. Who should have gotten sent off for Wolves? How's it going in the stats for that game? Big chances 1. Total shots 5 for Spurs. Total shots 2 for Wolves. I mean, you've got 69% possession, which is not bad. 300 passes, 140 passes for Wolves. I mean, you're on top based on what we can see. That's not crazy, but not at any price, and not over competition like Man City. We can't. When Man City want a player, more often than not, they tend to kind of get them. And the thing is with Man City as well, they will offer the transfer fee, but they'll also offer crazy wages. Liverpool can maybe match the transfer fee if they sell the right players, but Liverpool are 100% never going to match the wages. A Wolves player went 2 studs up into Basuma's shin, and the ref gave a yellow, and VAR says yellow. That is surprising, especially if VAR is also saying yellow. If they selected me as a manager, I would play 3 centre-backs until we get a great CDM to cover the back line. Elia and Wirtz as dual 10s behind Isak with wing backs would be great to see. It'd be different, but sometimes they've kicked off second half. Sometimes different is good. Sometimes different is good. It'd certainly give a bit more kind of stability. And I think if you play a system with kind of 3 at the back, I think you need a manager who's good at playing that system and is experienced at playing that system. And Alonso would be an example of that. So I'd be interested to see it. I'd be interested to see it. Oh yeah, timer. I never set the damn timer. Where's the damn timer? What are we on? Like 46. I would say good luck, but let's see how it goes. Polska Forever says fish is fish. Fish has changed over to Twitch. I'm fishy that boy. Good to hear. You reckon Slot has turned things around? No. To turn things around, you need to kind of. I think you need more data. You need more games. It's tough for me to say. It's positive that the team's doing well, but it's tough for me to say he's turned things around when he's been eliminated from every competition, and he's ultimately gonna finish trophyless. So whilst on the one hand, I'm glad that they're doing better. I think we could fall into a trap by thinking, you know what, he's won a few games. Let's give him more time. Yeah, Isabel prefers Twitch. What is your picture, Fish? I'm trying to see what your picture is, but I can't tell. Is that you? Is that you in the picture? It could be you in the picture. Who knows? I think he's learned his football is not great for the Premier League, so he's gonna go back to the club style. I mean, you could be onto something. Ultimately, though, I don't think he has the players to kind of play the club style. I think you need more kind of aggressive players. You need more pace. You know, Klopp had, say, Mane running. Oh, look at Isak just manhandling Mateta. Mateta can't do nothing against Isak. I feel like, you know, you had Mane, who was absolutely rapid down the left. You had Salah, who was rapid down the right. You had creative kind of fullbacks in 66 and Robertson. I'm not sure he's got the player profile to do that. It's almost like he bought players to fit his way of playing. So, corner. So, unfortunately, it's going to take a bit of time to change style, I think. What do you think of the leadership void that is slowly growing in the squad? In terms of, when you say leadership void, do you mean in terms of senior players leaving? Like Salah's gonna leave, Robertson's gonna leave. I can't say it concerns me. It's something that's kind of never ever concerned me. Because I think good cross by Jones, but headed wide. Because I think when old leaders leave, then new leaders kind of step up. So yes, Salah's gonna leave. Yes, Robertson's gonna leave. But I think Szoboszlai will step up. Szoboszlai will step up. You've got kind of Van Dijk. Maybe Konate will kind of step up as well. sometimes it's only when other leaders leave that it then gives a voice to other people to then become leaders. Because sometimes when the old leaders are there, you don't want to speak up because you think, you know what, he's got it handled. That's his guy. I don't want to kind of step on his toes. But sometimes when the old guard leaves, that gives space and that gives confidence for new voices to step up. So it's not something that particularly kind of irritates me, to be honest. Gracie's ranking was PJ top the yellow shirt. I'm surprised you put that yellow shirt in number 2. That's like a cheap shirt. Yellow collar, that one's nice. I'd put this in the top 5, you know. I'm not sure about yellow Liverpool shirt. I used to really like that, but I just don't like that one anymore. Should have been 4-0 to Liverpool. I mean, I'd take a 1-0. Isabel is promoting Twitch, saying you get the emotes here, which Fish agrees with. Ah! They tried to go for a shot, but completely missed. Fish is having fun. Yeah, I'd switch out the yellow one. Yeah, the yellow one. Was the Isak goal good or the Robertson goal? Isak goal was good. Robertson goal, I can't lie, was very good. Robertson basically ran a significant portion of the pitch and then finished it like he was Robbie Fowler. It was kind of insane. Fish is loving the emotes. Diomande x Rio. As in what? You'd put Rio on the left wing, Diomande on the right wing? I'd like to see more from Rio next year. I still don't know if it's a bit early for him to be a consistent starter. But maybe that's something you could see in a couple of years, 100%. Grace has now also switched over to Twitch. Sam says, I really hope Szoboszlai stays at Liverpool. I think he'll fit into that leadership role well. I agree. He was a very young captain for Hungary. So he's the captain for Hungary now, but he first became captain when he was a lot younger. He plays like a leader. I don't want to make Gerrard comparisons because I think that's unfair, but he does kind of play like a leader. He seems kind of vocal as well. So I think that's the thing. When old leaders leave, new leaders will step up. And sometimes the new leaders who step up are leaders who were not immediately obvious as leaders. Sorry, sometimes the new leaders who step up are people who were obvious, like Szoboszlai, but sometimes it's people who were never obvious. Like, I think Konate could maybe step up as a leader. Even though he's been garbage this year, but sometimes you get a new contract, you get a new role in the team that can change things. Though Yortes Ilias, that is me. That is, I don't know who that is, but that is me. The picture is my uncle's son and wife and kids. So your cousin. I mean, that would be a shorter way of saying it. Rank Diomande, Kudos, Minte, Harry Wilson, Jared Bowen. I feel like the Jared Bowen ship has kind of sailed. I would have loved Jared Bowen a few years ago. Although with that said, I mean, if West Ham get relegated and he's available for cheap, but I feel like the prime time to get Jared Bowen would have been when Klopp was here. But based on that, I think you'd put Diomande number 1. That's not to say Diomande is Isak! Ah, good defending. I'd maybe go Diomande, Kudos, Minte, Bowen, Harry Wilson. I'd maybe just swap Harry Wilson around. Harry Wilson's great, but like similar to how I don't like going back to old managers, I don't like going back to old players. So Szoboszlai needs to mature more before he gets into a leadership role. I think sometimes as you take that leadership role, you become mature. It's like, I don't know. It's like somebody before they have a kid, maybe they're not mature. And then when they have a kid, They're still not mature, but then they matured through the process. I think it's one of those. In terms of, if he sees that, okay, Salah's gone, Robertson's gone, the team needs a team talk. They need someone to lift the spirits in the dressing room, because Salah's not there, because Robertson's not there. So Bosley might stand up and, try and kind of lift spirits and give some sort of motivational talk. So I think sometimes the situation itself can manifest things like that. Grace is having fun with the emotes. I created these a year ago, but I'm glad I'm glad they're being used. What I hate as well, I created some animated ones, and Twitch makes you pay for them. So do not pay for them, because that is bullshit. I was very unhappy about that. And I even researched, can I make them free? But it doesn't let me do it, which is a bit annoying. Cannot Rio and Gamoa or Prime Messi and Ronaldo? It'd be a tough one. The tough one is who I put in position 3. Because I think Rio is clear number 1. I don't know whether to put Messi number 3 or Ronaldo number 3. But I think for simplicity, I'll just kind of keep it as you have it. Isabel gifted a tier 1 sub to Grace. Nice. What does that do? That's a question from me as well. You'll have to educate me. The picture of my profile, that's not your friend named Robbie. That's your cousin. It switches off ads, and also you get the emotes. Nice. Grace is going crazy. And Isabel is also going crazy. And Salah is also going crazy because Salah is on the floor. Oh, he's okay. He's not injured though. Oh, does it? Party time. Party time for me. I'm liking it. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. What are these emotes? I've never seen some of these. I've seen that third one. I've seen that one, pew pew pew. That fourth one I've not seen. I'm understanding now, so there's a lot more. You can do like all these animated ones that you can't on YouTube. I'm just like moving my mouse around on each one. I just seeing what they are. The boxing glove. Salah's coming off. What's that one? After the boxing glove? Jebasted. The last one is called Jebasted. That's pretty good. Yeah, fish is just trolling. But Salah is off, I think. Wirtz is on the right. It might be Wirtz and Isak up top, to be honest. Gakpo on the left, Wirtz in the middle, and Isak in the middle, and Frimpong on the right. Interesting. Let's see how that goes. I can't lie, I would love a third goal, but I don't know if that's me being greedy. The picture is me. Then I thought that was a picture of your cousin, but to be honest, I'm starting to think that picture is not anybody. Oh, it works now. Nice. I created these like a year ago. That one is me. I think that one. Right. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense now. That makes sense. Well, I guess we have to say thank you to Isabel. Very kind. Thank you, Mo, for everything. Godspeed in your next adventure. Do we know kind of what his next adventure is yet? Have they kind of said what his next adventure is? Is he going Saudi? Is he going to America? Is he going to Italy? Frimpong. Also, another thing that is kind of quite positive about this game, Isak is still playing. I'm going to Sweden at the right time, as soon as Isak scores. Yeah, 100%. But it's good to see. It's good to see that Isak is still on the pitch. Just gone wide. You have Twitch Turbo. Is Twitch Turbo, is that like Twitch Premium? I mean, you'd be surprised how much I don't know. They send me emails sometimes about kind of things, explaining things, but I very rarely read. I presume Twitch Turbo is like premium version, I think. Fish, can you stop like copying and pasting things? There's loads of stickers. I think Grace has been converted over to Twitch. I think it was a good conversion done by Isabel. Isabel has stated the benefits of Twitch. And to be honest, I didn't know about like some of these things. But like I think the kind of all the emotes and things that you get are pretty good. The General says, what's your opinion on Frimpong regarding his position? I see his position as a right back. Ooh, crossed in, but it just goes wide. I see his position kind of ultimately as a right back. He's somebody who can play right wing, and he does play right wing for the Netherlands. Gakpo completely misses that. But primarily a right back. Primarily competition for Conor Bradley. What irritates me more is he appears to be kind of quite injury prone, which is not what you want when our other right back is also injury prone. But what I'd say is primarily a right back who can also occasionally play right wing. But yeah, what do you think? Grace says Isabel the GOAT. I agree with that 100%. Can I pin things? I can. There you go. I've pinned it. I've pinned it. Where it says Isabel the GOAT. It's pinned. And when Bradley comes back, the thing is, when Bradley comes back, he'll be available for precisely 2.5 games. It's almost like it's a question that we don't have to ever solve. It's a question we don't ever have to find the answer to. At the very least, that's how I see it. Because it feels like there is a very short window where both Frimpong and Bradley are fit. If Bradley's fit, he'll probably get injured within 5 minutes. If Frimpong's fit, he'll probably get injured within 10 minutes. Now, if we reach a point whereby both have reached a good level of fitness, which is unlikely, but not entirely impossible. If both are fit, then I'd say Bradley for the games where you want to defend a bit more, and Frimpong for the games where you want to attack a bit more. But I think ultimately that hand is forced by whoever's fit at that time. Yeah, like fish has a tendency sometimes to just not make any sense. That's that's my reaction. That's my reaction. That's my reaction half the time at least. I'm just glad it's in English because sometimes he has a tendency to type Polish. It's probably some sort of song lyric. The general says, I think we should look at Stansfield from Birmingham. Is he, as in is he fullback? Stansfield from Birmingham. I'll be honest, don't know too much about him, and I refuse to act like I do. So I'm just going to do a bit of research. Jay Stanfield is an English professional footballer who plays as a forward for Birmingham City. 23 years old. 42 games, 10 goals, 7 assists. Yeah, striker. What do you feel his strengths are? Good finisher. Good link up plays. Is there anything in particular that you think he excels at? Gay says, what you guys going on about? It's fish. It's just fish being fish, I think. Give me Andoni, as in Andoni Iraola. Apparently Iraola is definitely going to be leaving his club at the end of the season. There's rumors that Iraola could be at Chelsea, which you never know, could happen. I'm sure Iraola would love that because he'd get a nice 7-year deal. Ooh, good control by Isak. Isak's that guy, I can't lie. His turn of pace is amazing. Like, he'll just burst into pace out of nowhere. Like, he'll go from 0 to 60. His acceleration is insane. I'm 100% going to be wearing my Isak shirt in Sweden next week. Yeah, life is easier if you just try not to make sense of what fish says. that's the pattern I've been following recently. He could be a good replacement for Salah. Do you think he's good enough? This Stansfield guy from Birmingham. Do you think he's good enough? Charlie says Luis Enrique, as in Luis Enrique for Liverpool, or Luis Enrique for Chelsea, or for another team. Free kick Sabazlai. That's Grace's favourite sticker. It's the one of me. Crossed in. Poor. Luis Enrique to Liverpool. Oh, Sabazlai to Wirtz. Bro, come on, man. Wirtz sometimes a bit too casual with his passing. And this is not the first time this has happened. It's like Sabazlai, fair enough. He's driving forward. He times it perfectly, but then Wirtz maybe a bit too casual with his passing there. But yeah, Luis Enrique to Liverpool. I wouldn't mind that. Mateta's going off. Strand Larsen's coming on. I'm at the point now, to be honest with you, where I feel like if there is a managerial change, or should I say, I just want any sort of managerial change, and I'd be happy with it. Whether it's Enrique, whether it's Alonso, and I'd be happy with it. It's just Palace basically passing the ball around. Liverpool with every player behind the ball, which fine. Just don't concede, whatever you do. Okay, counter-attack opportunity. Pass it. Who's that? Is that Wirtz on the left? But Gakpo ruins the counter-attack. Like, Gakpo ruins everything he touches. Gakpo ruins everything he looks at. Another good save by Woodman. Who is this Woodman guy? How's he done that? Oh my God, Woodman's hurt now. Woodman's hurt. Woodman's holding his knee. Woodman's on the floor holding his knee. We do not need a third goalkeeper injured. Woodman better not be injured. Woodman is in pain on the floor holding his knee. Slot is saying that's enough. I think Slot's gonna resign. I think Woodman might be injured. Oh, Slot was complaining because he lobbed it into the goal. That's why Slot was complaining. Liverpool wanted it stopped. Liverpool wanted it stopped because Woodman was on the floor. This surely has to go for some sort of VAR check, right? Yeah, that's what's going on. Palace scored, Munoz scored. Are they gonna do like any type of VAR check or one of those? The thing is, Liverpool kind of stopped playing. But equally, you gotta play to the whistle, I guess. Are they doing a VAR check? Bit disrespectful. What's going on? Because I don't have the volume on. Grace says, you ruined that sticker by wearing the hat. But since it's not the red hat, I'll let it slide. When I created that sticker, I didn't have the red hat. I didn't have the red hat back then. Sam says 6-7. Thank you very much. It does look like a bad injury, which is insane. Because you can't tell me a Liverpool's first choice keeper is injured and Liverpool's second choice keeper is injured and now Liverpool's third choice keeper is injured. Niam says, what's happening with the goal? Does it stand? I'm not too sure. Pesci to play. I was waiting for Finley. Finley's going to be delighted that Isak has scored. The rat scoring has ruined my weekend. Now Newcastle's lineup's been announced. It's been ruined. We need you to inflict further misery on Arsenal. Oh my God, Pesci's actually coming on. It was a good finish by Isak. I know that probably makes things worse, but it was a good finish. But Pesci's coming on. Munoz is and if we draw or lose, Palace can F off. I mean, Palace can F off in general, I'd say. They are a bit of a bogey team who always gives us a terrible time. But has that goal stood? Because I don't have the audio on. It looks like that goal is gonna stand. We don't deserve not to win this. I feel like we're playing quite well. Zaim says, since the David Coote scandal, I look at these referees' decisions a different way. The David Coote scandal, I mean, even the word scandal is putting it lightly. Oh, they've given it, yeah. Give me a sec. Even the word scandal is putting it lightly. Like there was the initial scandal, and then there was the secondary scandal, and then there was the tertiary scandal, and it just kept kind of snowballing, and it was like each thing was worse and worse. You're right. Yeah, it's not as kind of unbiased as they claim. Someone just lobbed something at Munoz's head. Someone just threw a ball at Munoz's head. Woodman's knee got caught in the ground. Is Pesci on? I saw Pesci putting his shirt on, but is he on? Because my kind of camera's in the middle, so I can't see who's in goal. Niam says 3 goalkeeper injuries is insane. I mean, it's so insane that you just gotta laugh. But I'm happy. I'm actually happy because it's the 75th minute, and Finley's favourite player Isak is still pressing. So I'm happy about that. I wish you could win, but we won't. We have 6 midfielders on the pitch, none on the bench. Do you think you can get a draw? Like, could you hold out for a draw? Or is it just, a foregone conclusion? He's staying on. In another life, maybe we draw it. What about in this life? Can you draw it in this life, please? That'd be nice. I won't lie. I probably won't watch the game, but I'll have an eye on it. Rebel Star says horribly unlucky in the goalkeeper department. You're right. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, having Alisson Becker being injured, that's unlucky. Having Alisson Becker's backup being injured at the same time is also unlucky. But having the third keeper also injured, I mean, he seems a bit better. But having all 3 injured is pretty insane. What more can you say? Grav looks like he's coming on now. I wonder for who. Thoughts on Kanate this game? In exclamation mark. He's been out in capital letters. He's been alright. Ultimately, I think it looks like he's going to stay. Okay, Isak's coming off. Finley's favourite player is coming off. Isak's good game. Can't lie. I think Kanate has been alright, He's been fine. It may filter it, but you can unfilter it. What is the... Oh, is this like a Twitch thing? I see. Fish doing his copying thing still. Next gaming stream on Wednesday, says Grace. Possibly. I'll let you know. I do want to do a gaming stream this week because then I'm not around next week. But yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, Woodman I would legitimately say has been the man of the match. The only team where our keepers keep getting injured constantly. I mean, it's one of those things where you can either laugh or cry because it's such a ridiculous situation. If it happened in a movie whereby your first team keeper and your second team keeper and your third team keeper were all injured at the exact same time, you'd say it was unrealistic. Who's your favourite player of all time? Mine is Coutinho. It's hard to say favourite player of all time, but I'd say favourite player of all time who was perhaps underappreciated. I think that's maybe a harder question. Favourite player of all time who was perhaps underappreciated. Gakpo, you're a mile offside. Would be Adam Lallana. Does anybody remember Adam Lallana? Number 20. I thought Adam Lallana was very good. Unfortunately, very unlucky with injuries, but very tidy player with the Cruyff turns, and he's very good in kind of tight spaces. Had a good shot on him, had a good pass on him, and was also a very good presser for the kind of Klopp team. Adam Lallana, I would say. In hindsight, we should have kept Kelleher. Kelleher should have been promoted to number 1, I'd say, or at the very least in competition with Mamardashvili. I loved Kelleher. I want to see that. You'll see on the gaming stream. Will it end in a draw? I hope not. Grace was asking if you can swear. You can, but sometimes Twitch is a bit weird. I don't really mind. It doesn't bug me. I think I can change the settings. If the settings are too much, let me know. Palace they should have just let us score instead of being unsportsmanlike. It's in bad taste, I agree. Spurs are awful, can't beat Wolves. What's happening in the other games? Oh my, West Ham are 1-0 up. West Ham are 1-0 up. West Ham are 1-0 up against Everton, which means they're gonna extend the lead above Spurs even further. If West Ham win this and Spurs don't win, there's legitimately a very big chance that Spurs go down. Come on, you Reds. And when you block someone, they can still see your messages, but you can't see theirs. I agree. I see. That makes sense now. Should I put it out? Yeah, Isabel had enough because you were copying and pasting everything. Lallana Cruyff turn. I remember his goal versus Man U. Lallana's one of my biggest what ifs, and I don't know if calling him a what if is excessive because he was the Southampton captain. But in terms of Liverpool, like when you say favorite Liverpool player, it's almost all the most obvious answers. You know, Luis Suarez, Steven Gerrard, and so forth, and I understand that. But in terms of favorite Liverpool player who I wish we saw more of, it'd be close between, say, Daniel Sturridge and Adam Lallana. But I think Adam Lallana just had something about him. He was just so good in tight spaces. But he also had a good shot on him. But he also had a good pass on him. But he was also a very good presser. Like, he was the most important player in that Klopp team in the early days. Oh my God, we are lucky. We are so lucky. Palace have a 1-on-1. Strand Larsen hits the inside of the right post. It goes along the line and then hits the inside of the left post. I thought that was 2-2. Strand Larsen was maybe just about offside, but we are lucky as hell there. Meanwhile, I'm just sat here seeing yours and Grace's messages. Yeah, you blocked Fish because he was just copy and pasting. Aquilani, yeah, the big replacement for Xabi Alonso. Was it Roma that Liverpool signed him from? I remember he got given the number 4 shirt, which I don't know if it was previously Hippier that had it. Did it go kind of Hippier, Aquilani, Raul Morales, Colo Torre, then Van Dijk? But I could be missing something. But yeah, he was somebody we were kind of extremely excited for. But from day one, he was rubbish. And I don't mean that in a harsh way. But I'd say Lallana was very good. Lallana was very good when we got him. Yeah, get effed. Palace, you scummy Fs. Let me turn the auto mod thing off. How do I turn it off? Give me a second. Because it's annoying that sometimes Twitch blocks the There you go. I've set it to no filtering now. You can go crazy. That's a good one as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah, that's a good one as well. I like the what ifs that are kind of not too obvious. But yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, before the Roma injury, he was immense. So Boslai's down now, holding his knee. I don't want to make your day even worse. That's another good one. Harry Kewell. I remember Liverpool signed him for a free from Leeds. Then he got the number 7 shirt. Unfortunately, I feel like Harry Kewell was perhaps done when he came to Liverpool. Even though he started the Champions League final. But I was super excited to get Harry Kewell because I remember it was rumoured that United were going to get him and then Liverpool got him. But Harry Kewell would be another one. But ultimately never quite performed at Liverpool. But in terms of players who performed at Liverpool and then something happened and then they were never the same, I think Oxlade-Chamberlain's a good one. Never quite the same after the Roma injury. Adam Lallana would be my pick, but Oxlade-Chamberlain's a good pick as well. Daniel Sturridge would be another pick. Nothing happened with the free kick. Ricky Lambert got done. Kirkes is coming on. Yeah, Ox offered something different in that midfield because you had Milner who was defensive, you had kind of Jordan Henderson who was defensive, you had Wijnaldum who, even though he started out as a winger, was more defensive these days. You had Fabinho who was defensive. Oxlade-Chamberlain was all pretty much forward thinking. That's what made him different. Yeah, there's clipping features on Twitch as well, I think. What exact year did you become a Liverpool fan? When I was 6 years old. Because I remember the classroom I was in. What about that German left back? German left back. I'm trying to think. I mean, there was Dassena was Italian, Risa was Norwegian, Aurelio was Brazilian. German left back. Jan Kramkamp, but he was a right back and he was Dutch. Who's the German left back? Flanagan was a great shout until he did what he did. How do you even have memories at 6? I have memories when I was 4. I have clear memories when I was 4 years old. I have memories when I was in nursery because I used to come back from the shop and buy crisps. So I remember buying crisps. And the shop attendant was super impressed that I knew the names of the crisps. So I remember that's like a core memory. I remember being 6. I remember being 4. I remember being a baby, but nobody believes that. But I'm not too sure about that. But I clearly remember being 4 because that's primary school, right? It's primary school, easy. Oh my god, yeah, Danny Ings. I mean, firstly, getting a Danny Ings tattoo, that's a bit much. But Danny Ings was almost very good before Liverpool, had a lot of injuries at Liverpool, and then was very good after Liverpool. You can't remember when you were 9. I remember when I was 6. I remember when I was 4. I think I remember when I was a baby, but people dispute that. But I don't dispute that. I know. I remember things. Yeah, Risa. Are you presuming Risa maybe? I'm trying to think. German left back. Risa, Norwegian. Fabio Aurelio, Brazilian. Jose Enrique, Spanish. Jimmy Traore, not German. I think you might be right. There you go. Isabel knows. Is it Christian Ziege? Was he Austrian? No, I think he was German. I think you're right. I think he was German, yeah. See, you've got a better memory than I have. I'm saying I remember when I was a baby, but you can remember. But I couldn't remember Christian Ziege, but you could. Who the hell was Sama? Sama? I thought you were saying Sami, as in Sami Hippier. Ah, Marcus Babbel. Okay, yeah, I remember Marcus Babbel. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Marcus Babbel. Yeah, he had kind of quite the reputation before he came to Liverpool. But yeah, that's another one I forgot. I think you're right. I think you're right about Christian Ziege. Liverpool counter attack. My washing machine is done. And it's done drying my clothes, but I think I can hold on for 5 minutes. He's not a left back. Was he a right back? Marcus Babbel? Poly Bridge 3 is a good game. You build bridges. Is it the type of game I would like? That is the question. Where are they playing? It's in Liverpool, Anfield. Munoz is disrespectful. But what was funny is somebody threw a ball at him like 2 minutes later. that was good. Somebody chucked a ball at him. I wish somebody would chuck a car at Gakpo, because anytime he does anything, it's just something bad. What's the score? Spurs have scored. Palinia, 82nd minute. But to be fair, Wolves are also ahead. Hope he gets hate. Hope he gets hate with the most loving emoji possible. Well, do you like games with levels? I do. Clear the ball, please. Clear the ball. Good defending. Yeah, generally yes. I don't know if building bridges is my kind of thing, but if it's good, I will do some research. Steven Samo is a German centre back in Liverpool's. Okay. Used to sign him and Andre Wisdom in career modes. Andre Wisdom could be another kind of what if. It's a throw in for Crystal Palace. Liverpool better not concede here. I forgot about my water bottle. Who would be the best German player Liverpool have ever had? It's too early to say Wirtz. Best German player. Have Liverpool had many German players? I'm surprised Klopp didn't sign more German players. I don't know if it's free. That's fine. I'll check it out. I can't lie. I am really enjoying Resident Evil. But then I need a game to play after Resident Evil. Oh yeah, that's probably the most. That's probably the most obvious one. Also, given I was talking about him earlier. All right, 3 minutes left. Didi Haman Isabel would also say, definitely changed the game in the Champions League final when he came on. throw in by Joe Gomez. Ooh, speaking of German players, we were literally just talking about German players, and a particular German player has just smacked it into the goal. Quite the affectionate celebration with McAllister, but whatever works for you, bro. Dan is saying Vert scored. Isabel says 3-1. Josh says goal. SR says Verts. Isabel says Verts. Josh says Verts. Goals plural. Duhan says 3 versus 111. Well, there's only 108 goals that we need to get to equalise. Verts scored. W Verts, W Robbo, and W Isak. I mean, yeah. I'd agree with that. Is that 2 assists for McAllister? Is that 2 assists for McAllister today? Is this the same McAllister that we were saying would go for like 40 million? That's 2 assists surely for McAllister. Yeah, 3-1. Spurs are winning, but I think West Ham are also winning. Yeah, West Ham are also winning, so it's okay. It doesn't really make significant difference. Did Wirtz score? He did, and it was a nice goal, to be fair. That's what we want to see more of. That's what we want to see kind of more of. You know, kind of absolutely just kind of smacking the ball into the net. Sometimes I just feel he's like a bit too kind of passive, to be honest. He's not kind of aggressive enough. But a bit more aggression, a bit more kind of positivity is exactly what we need from him. Deserved win. The bogies can bug off back to London, and Munoz can forever get effed as a bad sports. But I think he got what he deserved, to be honest. I think he got what he deserved when somebody chucked a ball at his head. Also because like it was such a surprise. It was such a surprise. If we end up third above Man U after we beat them, on paper Slot does look like a great manager. Paper is deceiving, unfortunately. I think on paper we had a quadruple winning team. But it would maybe paint a kind of unreasonable, I don't know about unreasonable, a unrepresentative picture of the season if Liverpool were to finish third. I mean, I'd love finishing third. I would say we kind of finished third because a lot of teams around us were rubbish. But Liverpool are finding form. I still wouldn't kind of keep Slot. I still wouldn't get overexcited. I wouldn't say keep Slot, and then if we lose the next game, Slot out. And then if we win the next game, keep Slot. But it's better. Isabel is sad that Robertson is leaving. I'm also sad that Robertson's leaving. He's not as old as I kind of imagined. He's still early 30s, which for a defender, he's got plenty of miles. He's got plenty of miles left. So I'm sorry. I whilst I don't think he should be a starter, I definitely think he can kind of contribute to the team. So it's going to be sad. Grace says, F you, Palace. Isabel approves of that. And it's good that we've finally vanquished Crystal Palace. Does that put pressure on FSG to keep Slot? It improves Slot's. I think it improves Slot's standing, and it improves his CV. Like if Slot was legitimately to be at Liverpool for 2 seasons, and he says in the first season I won the league, in the second season I got third. If you look at that on paper, literally on paper, on a CV, I think it's a pretty good CV. Whether it increases pressure or not, I think the pressure will ultimately be determined based on where they finish at the end of the year. But I'd like to think they've already made their mind up. Spurs won. Indeed, you did. But West Ham also won. You wearing PJ Tomp next stream? Yeah, the one that you asked for. Kinski, last second world class save from a free kick. Nice. So things are as they were then towards the relegation zone. Daniel says, have we won that 3-1? No idea. I think Liverpool were the better team, but to kind of win it by that margin is unrepresentative of the performance. But we'll take that. Another 3 points. If we don't sign Alonso this season, he goes elsewhere, and then we will be truly effed. I agree. Some people are saying he might go Chelsea, he might go United, but I'm like, really? I don't see him going there. I'd like to think, and I'd like to hope, if he wants to go to the Premier League, he'd go to Liverpool. I don't see him going to any of those teams. But regarding Alonso, if he's available and if he wants to come, then I think we have to open that door. Grace says, yay. Have a good day as well, Grace. I need to go in 2 minutes because my thing is done drying my clothes, so I need to take them out. What's 4 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League? That's only about 12 million per GA. What's his class? Xavi Simons was taken out of the ground on the stretcher. That is nasty. Hope he's okay. Shirky's having an amazing season, I can't lie. Especially against Arsenal was very good. The game is over. 3-1 full time. How's it going? See you later, Grace. Hopefully you come here on Wednesday. What's happening on Wednesday? Is it Champions League? Is it Champions League on Wednesday? As City fan, what a goal by Wirtz. So the goal, it was a nice goal. It was a nice. It was a hard kind of finish based on kind of how the ball was bouncing, but yeah, it was a nice goal. I'd like to see more of that. I can't lie. Akil is not overreacting when he says, "I'm so gassed, we are so back." It's a good performance. Take care, Siphoning Lightning. Woodman did amazing. I mean, Woodman man of the match. I was so worried and concerned about Woodman before the game, but gotta say he was amazing. Isak has arrived. I mean, he's starting to get fit, and he's starting he's starting to gain a bit of rhythm. Which is good to see. I just found it insane that a lot of people were saying Liverpool wasted their money. I'm like, the guy's been injured. Like, give the guy a bit of time and then you'll see his value. Isabel says, "Oh, I thought you were coming on here on Wednesday." Oh, Grace was trying to get me to do a game. So I've got a gaming channel as well, and Grace was trying to get me to do a gaming stream on Wednesday, and I'm like, yeah, maybe if I have the energy, I will try my best. Top 10 disrespect moments. Is that the Munoz? Do you want to stop the timer? No, absolutely not. McAllister did do very well, can't lie. Oh wait, Liverpool not in Champions League. Yeah, got eliminated. Isabel says do it. I'll try. I shall try my best. Curtis Jones played great in right back. Yeah, he's had. Is that 2 games now? Is that 2 games in right back now where he's looked pretty good? I think Liverpool should have potentially done that earlier in the season. You know, when they were playing Szoboszlai at right back, it's almost as if they should have kept Szoboszlai in midfield and played Jones at right back. But who knows? Mapsking says, who do you think deserves the Ballon d'Or? Honestly, if Spurs, sorry, not Spurs, not Tottenham, you can tell I've been talking for 2 hours. If Bayern win the Champions League, then Harry Kane. I think you're gonna have to give it to Harry Kane if Bayern win the Champions League. Leon says Harry Kane deserves it, and I think it's. I'm not like a huge fan of Harry Kane. If anything, I used to find him annoying when he used to play for Spurs. But given the kind of form that Harry Kane's been in this year, and I think if you couple that with the Champions League win, I think it has to be him. But who do you think? Do you think Salah plays again? Why would he not play again? Have I missed something? Because somebody else was saying this earlier. Is there a reason why he would not play again? Hope this summer we can bring a dedicated right back. I agree, because the ones we have are injury prone. Is that why he went off? Okay, because I've got it muted. Got injured. I see. That's why somebody was saying earlier, like, thank you for the memories, and I was like, what? You still got a couple of games. Isabel says, what's your gaming channel name? That's a good question. It is. There you go. That's me. But I'll have to warn you. I'm a very different person when I'm gaming. I'm swearing every 2 seconds. It's you'll almost be thinking, is that a different person? Is that a different person? But yeah, that's where I kind of play games. Oleg, how is it going, Oleg? Hope you are good. Verts made Snowball's day, which is good to hear, because it's very hot at the moment. So if a Snowball is happy with this hot weather, then Verts has done a very good job. Yeah, to be honest, I was thinking I'm probably telling the wrong person, given you've been telling Palace to get F'd and Munoz can go F himself. I'm thinking, yeah. I think you'll probably find it fine. It's probably fine. But his goal was good. I did like it. Who will win the league? I've been saying since the start of the year, Arsenal are going to flop and City are going to win it. Jay says, lovely weather, which I agree with. Great weather for gardening, which I was doing today. Isak and Verts goals. Freddie Woodman masterclass, looking like a good weekend. I agree. And it's only Saturday as well. So you got another full day to go. It would be even better when the Toon batter Arsenal, but I might be asking a bit too much there. But anyway, I better go. What's your opinion on the Palace goal? I think Isabel said it best. It was not something I would approve of. I swear for injustice, which you're going to tell me Munoz being a bad sportsman is an injustice. I think you said it best when you said F Munoz and F Crystal Palace. I like the fact that he got the ball thrown at his head. That was pretty funny. But anyway, I better go now because as I said, my clothes finished drying about 10 minutes ago, and you need to take them out the washer because otherwise they get all messed up. But yeah, shall be back on said gaming channel possibly on Wednesday, possibly if I can. But yeah, take care guys, take care Isabel, take care Akil. I am off to get my clothes out the machine. Have a nice weekend.